Welcome again to this special cup tie edition of the big match. And what drama we have for you as we bring you these ties from yesterday's sixth round of the FA Cup. The main match is West Ham United against Aston Villa, and also extensive highlights of Everton against Ipswich Town. And we should be taking a good look at your letters as well, and I know you're really going to enjoy them this week. But let's start with West Ham against Aston Villa, as the tension at Upton Park increased as that clock moved around towards 5 minutes to 3.
And it really is like old times here at Upton Park, this all-ticket crowd tightly packed in, and it produces an atmosphere that is hardly beaten anywhere. And one of the important factors today could well be how youngsters on both sides settle into the battle. Players like 21-year-old Alvin Martin at the centre of the West Ham defence having such a great season, to say nothing of 17-year-old Paul Allen, who's now become such a valuable and busy part of West Ham's midfield. And on the Villa side, Paul's 19-year-old England youth captain, Brendan Ormsby, in for the suspended Alan Evans, and making a rare appearance at right back, Villa have 20-year-old Ivor Linton. He's in for the injured Kenny Swain, only the second full game that Ivor's had this season. These then are the teams. West Ham have Stuart Pearson fit to play again at number 8, but no Billy Bonds. It's a side that's unbeaten in its last 12 games, but still regards progress in the FA Cup as a bonus, with promotion back to the First Division as their outstanding priority. As for Aston Villa, well, they had that problem when Alan Evans was sent off at Brighton on Monday, so he misses this cup tie, but familiar names to Londoners, goalkeeper Jimmy Rimmer, so long at Arsenal, of course, and now winning his place in a number 11 midfield shirt, Terry Bullivant, formerly of Fulham. The referee today is David Richardson of Great Harwood in Lancashire. He referees the League Cup final at Wembley next week. But the first duty for referee Richardson today is to call the two teams together to observe a moment's silence in respect of Mr. Alan Hardacre of the Football League, who died earlier this week. And now the crowd getting ready for all systems go towards the FA Cup semi-finals. And it's Aston Villa who get us away in white shirts, light blue shorts. West Ham in their customary claret and blue and white shorts. An early touch of the ball there for Jimmy Rimmer, a really heavy shower about 10 minutes ago. It'll make the top a little bit greasy. Brush with a header there. Only the third time these two great old clubs, in fact, have met in the FA Cup, and the first time ever at Upton Park. Way back in 1912-13, Villa won 5-0. In 1977, they won 3-0. And so West Ham have a little bit of revenge to play for as well today. This is Linton. They're taken out of it by Devonshire. And a quick clash there involving Stuart Pearson and Ken McNaught. And a free kick to West Ham. Paul Brush with the free kick. Brooking. Well, maybe his calm head will get things going the way West Ham want it this afternoon in the tension of this cup tie. The ball coming through to Ray Stewart, and a throw to Aston Villa. Linton with the throw. And another chance for West Ham to put pressure on this Aston Villa defence, although Villa have unbeaten in the last 6 games, having a good little run towards the top of the First Division at the moment. And it's going to be Brush with a good long throw there for West Ham. Martin was right in there as well. And in the end, it's Mortimer who turns it away. West Ham appealing for a corner, but I think it's going to be a throw. No, wrong. It's going to be a corner. No, Brooking's wrong. It's going to be a throw. So Brush with a chance again of a good long throw here, but takes the short one out to Alan Devonshire. Brooking. Oh, what a lovely ball by Brooking for Devonshire, played in there, and my word, that was nearly a touch in there by Pike, but it was McNaught, who finally hooked that away when West Ham could have made such an important quick strike. What a ball by Brooking it was, though, that let Devonshire get in there. That low, devastating cross, which could so easily have had Villa in real trouble. Lampard. Cross. Oh, that fell nicely for West Ham, but sadly the whistle had gone and there was no advantage. Lampard now. Brooking. Now that was played straight at Linton. Devonshire. It's a powerful shot and called for a save. What's more? Well, Devonshire really let fly there. And the corner taken already. And to Rimmer with the save. And they've got to take it again. Brooking with that corner once more. Floated right in there. That time Rimmer with his fists. Mortimer getting it away, but in fact there was a West Ham's Paul Brush getting in there. It was he who got the touch, and so it's a goal kick. Well, certainly the Villa manager, Ron Saunders, is getting together a good young side here. There he is, just poking up from behind the linesman there. Putting together a good young side here at Aston Villa. Little playing it on. Martin only half getting it away, and Cowan's trying to play it in. Lampard, Paul Allen looking to take charge of this situation. It was growing a little bit difficult for West Ham, but it's funny, Allen must have thought he heard a whistle, but there was no whistle there, and they could still be in trouble. They could still be in trouble, but in the end, the ball goes right across that 6-yard area and behind. Well, it's a corner for Villa. And it's going to be taken by Des Bremner or Dennis Mortimer. Ken McNaught has come right up into the 6-yard area on the West Ham goal line, in fact, as Mortimer, the Aston Villa captain, takes this corner. Not much of a run-up. And it was Pearson's header that got it away, not very far. Here's Bremner looking to cross it again. Brooking just shoveling that one away. Linton coming in quickly. Nice little touchdown there by Mortimer for Linton again. And it was a question of getting it anywhere there to get a little bit of breathing space. And Lampard getting it away this time, but only as far as McNaught. Not a very good clearance there by Lampard. Good play here by Aston Villa. A little back heel by Little. And now it comes for Clarence. Driving one in there, but Parks without a problem. Free kick to West Ham. Pearson being watched by Ormsby, and McNaught's header getting the clearance in for Villa. Devonshire trying to get Allen on his way, but Gibson, yeah, I thought so, and the linesman was indicating as well. A bit of elbowing there by Colin Gibson. He doesn't want to release the ball either, throws it away. The crowd not happy with that. A free kick to West Ham, taken there by Lampard. Now with Devonshire. Now for Lampard again. Floated in there nicely. Martin on the far side and straight into the arms of Rimmer. Well, they were slow picking up Martin. Now Mortimer. This game beginning to warm up now. A foul that time by Devonshire and a free kick. With the free kick. Bremner with Aston Villa's free kick. Wanting Pearson back 10 yards. Played in short there towards Brian Little. Oh, well there, Little. Linesman flagging, the referee waving play on. Quite right there, the referee. And Villa get a corner. This time it is Des Bremner with it. That's an interesting corner. My word, it very nearly caught West Ham out. Going over the head of Phil Parkes to Brian Little behind him. Here's the free kick coming in now, the corner coming in now, beyond the Parkes. That's a good throw there by Devonshire for Brooking. Hit and pushed behind by Jimmy Rimmer. And West Ham almost producing a goal, well, really out of nothing. One throw and one shot and one save. And now here's Devonshire again. A deep across this time towards David Cross, who slipped, couldn't get up. Bullen battling with Brooking. There's a handball by the West Ham number 10, a free kick to Bullen. North with the free kick. Oh, and Mortimer! Well, Devonshire started to go with him and for some reason stopped. And that free kick could have spelt the most awful trouble for West Ham. Floated there by Mortimer. And Devonshire suddenly stopped jumping, but not Mortimer, and that was just wide of that goal. Rush. Cross. Now Devonshire. Oh, this is a good run by him, then stopped at the last, but finds Allen. A lot of space down here for Lampard. Curling one in there towards Pearson, the little back header. Brooking's in there! And in the end, McNaught came in to take control of that situation for Aston Villa and put it behind, not for a corner because there had been an infringement. And it's a free kick for Aston Villa. Well, the feet apparently were high. That was what the referee indicated as McNaught came in. Cross again. Jeff Pike made in once more for Brooking, but Bullivant's there. And Brooking's got the better of him. Oh! Well, Bullivant was nearly caught out there, assuming that ball was going over the line, but Brooking certainly didn't make any assumption. And it needed a bit of agility there from Jimmy Rimmer. Devonshire. Collision there between Mortimer and Pearson, but it's Devonshire who's on the ball. Brooking trying to turn that again for Devonshire, does so, plays it back for Pearson, hit first time, but well wide. Quite menacing West Ham as they come forward. Have a lot of enthusiasm about them. It's inevitable that Brooking somewhere would be involved. It was a great piece of aggressive work there by Devonshire, getting it back to Pearson. Devonshire, Brooking outside him. That's a great looking cross again towards Alvin Martin. There's his header, but it's wide. Crosses always likely to cause problems. And Martin leaping well, but it's wide of Rimmer's far post there. Gibson. That's finally Lampard's ball. Pearson well beaten in the air that time, and an advantage played there. And now cross. Can he make it count? No, it's pushed away by Rimmer. Well, the first real advantage that the referee played there, and suddenly Cross was clear of everything, but Rimmer came out and smothered it well. Devonshire, stopped by Gordon Cowles. Lampard. Pearson, oh, my word, well, that was an advantage played because West Ham in possession, but Brendan Ormsby was all over Pearson. But here's Pike taking that from Cross, going to the byline, a little pull back there, and once again, not quite enough height on it, and Rimmer was able to grab it and save Aston Villa. But terrific run there by Pike, though. And as it's crossed in, it's Rimmer who pulls it down. Pearson jumping again, playing it off here for Pike. Played in again for Brooking. He's gone clear once more to the byline. Played in there once more, and Pearson couldn't get the touch that would have counted. It's amazing that one of those crosses, surely sooner or later from Brooking, has got to be made to pay. Lampard this time. Mortimer's header away. Here's Cowans again for Aston Villa. Linton making the break, and Brush go on the ground getting it away, but only as far as Cowans. That's Lampard's ball. Here's Brooking, letting it run. The crowd always sensing something when Brooking gets hold of this ball. Played this time for Cross, and hit straight at Rimmer, and Cross can't get the rebound. But again, inspired by Brooking, here he is again. Perfect pass there, beautifully waited for Cross to take it up. And Rimmer saving at the second goal. As the half-time whistle goes, West Ham have had so much the better of it. They've been close without being really close. But there's no question that Trevor Brooking has had an inspirational first half, and some of those crosses that have needed just the slightest touch to put West Ham into the lead, but there's not quite been anybody there to make that important touch. So a cup tie that is still very much in the balance, and a half-time score here at Upton Park. West Ham 0, Aston Villa 0, and we'll be back with the second half. Welcome back to Upton Park. At the start of this second half of this sixth-round cup tie, West Ham now attacking the goal to our left. Pearson. And now Devonshire. West Ham who've beaten West Bromwich Albion, Orient and Swansea to get this far. Villa, Bristol Rovers, Cambridge and Blackburn all away. Took a replay, of course, against Blackburn, but originally drawn away on all three occasions. Well, not looking particularly happy with things at the moment, although his side are playing well without quite getting that finishing touch. Brooking. Across by him, and Pearson's header. Well, usually the Pearson trademark when Brooking puts those sort of crosses in is a glancing header, and a glancing header then might have made all the difference. A little touch there coming up from Devonshire. Brooking, in fact, deciding he wants to take control of the whole thing. A turn and a cross, but Pearson's header wasn't right. Leading the game towards Brooking, just that fraction too far ahead of him, though. Linton getting it away, not very far, straight to Paul Brush, in fact. That's a free kick. A foul by Mortimer. Now, can West Ham produce something from this? Paul Brush, not too badly hurt. About 30 yards out. Cross, Martin, Pike and Pearson on the far side. Stewart driving the ball too high. Never really a danger here for Aston Villa. It's fairly optimistic for Ray Stewart. As you see, Rimmer hardly bothered to move. Cowan's trying to get Donovan going. And an obstruction there by Stewart. And a free kick for Villa. Not only are Aston Villa growing in confidence, but their fans are now making more noise than the West Ham fans. Gordon Cowans with the free kick for Aston Villa. Floated in there, it's a good one too. Parks really had to be positive. He was attacked by about 3 or 4 white-shirted Villa players then. And in the end, Linton there stops Devonshire. It'll come through for Donovan. And Martin getting in before Little, and Aston Villa get a throw. Another throw, there's John Lyle with Billy Bonds. Jeff Pike is the man whose attention he's trying to attract. Martin challenged by Little. Now Paul Brush. Devonshire letting it run, and it ran well for him. Letting Lampard come up. Devonshire on the far side. Getting down by that byline now. Played for Lampard, played in there once more, and Brooking trying to turn on the ball there. Lampard trying to get in there, and West Ham just again couldn't find that finishing touch. What a recovery there by Stewart. Well, Devonshire, who had an awful lot to do in the whole of that move, gets along this byline here, plays it to Lampard, played in there. They claimed a handball there, but nothing was given. And West Ham couldn't find the touch. Turned in nicely there by Brush for Brooking. Trying to get Brush down by that byline, and he does so, but it could be Pike's header, and it's into the side netting. Terrific bit of play there by West Ham, not least by Paul Brush, who played it in the first place. Brooking played it down to him, and he just got to it before it crossed the line there. Great run by the left back here. And suddenly Rimmer was stranded, as you can see, and Pike couldn't quite guide the header down into the goal. A 0-0 the score, and on the left, John Barnwell, the manager of Wolves. That won't please him, because it means that there will be a replay if it's level at full time. That means that his side, Wolves, won't play Villa this week, which in turn means that Andy Gray won't get rid of his one-match suspension. It means that Andy Gray would miss the League Cup final. Lampard. Cross, yes, charged in the back, a free kick. West Ham's throw. Crossed in by Devonshire once more. Lampard had gone right in there. Brooking. There's the cross by him. Fisted away that time by Rimmer. Martin trying to turn it back again. And they're under a lot of pressure now until the end. Gordon Cowans puts it behind for the West Ham corner. Well, that could have been a flurry. It's a corner instead. Brooking crossing it in. Rimmer with the header, or rather with the fist. And Brooking with the corner now. The Lions are not happy where the ball is not inside the quadrant, so that's fair enough. Now Brooking with the West Ham corner. Hit high towards Alvin Martin. That looked like a handball, and a penalty given. My impression was it was McNaught, and Ray Stewart, the number 4, what a task he's got. He's given a penalty. My feeling was it was Ken McNaught, and there's no doubt about it that Ray Stewart, 10 goals this season, 8 of them from the penalty spot. Let's have a look now as that comes in. That was a handball by McNaught. Well, Ron Saunders, the Villa manager, wondering if it's all going to be in vain, this defensive battle. Ray Stewart And John Lyle here, just wanting to see that ball in the back of the net. And the man who's got to put it there for West Ham is Ray Stewart. I tell you, Jeff Pike's not looking for one. And neither is Alvin Martin, neither is Paul Brush. So we have some of the West Ham players not looking. It's Ray Stewart, and he scored! Come back, says John Lyle. It's not a business of just congratulations, it's a business now of playing out the last seconds of the game. And Ray Stewart, the young Scot who's come down to West Ham this season and has had a terrific season for them, could well be the fellow who's put West Ham into the semi-finals. Now, West Ham have to hold out, but it's only seconds remaining now. Donovan going forward. And it's a free kick for Aston Villa. That was a silly, clumsy challenge there on Donovan, and so maybe yet Aston Villa can find a way out of the wood. The West Ham wall has got to line itself up. Devonshire's helping them. Parks is active behind them. Mortimer and Cowans and Bremner behind it. It's Cowans with a drive, and Parks was down behind it. It was a very good drive by Cowans as Devonshire attacked the ball through the gap there, and look how important that save was. Touch and go now. It's a throw to West Ham. The crowd beyond where that kick's being taken, just look at them. They see West Ham in the semi-finals. And it's Ray Stewart's penalty kick that's going to put them there. Brooking taking the ball over to the corner. A throw to Aston Villa. We've played already well over a minute of injury time. Pike with the cross. David Cross trying to get the header in, but it was too high for him. Mortimer battling with Brooking. Devonshire getting it away here for Stewart. And into the crowd it goes. A minute and a half of injury time played, but it's over now. And West Ham go into the semi-finals for the fourth time in their history. Ray Stewart's penalty at the death is the one that's killed off Aston Villa. My word, how well they defended, and sportingly are going across from there, handshakes all round. What a dramatic finish. Trevor Brooking, a brilliant first half and not so much to say in the second. And the Villa players going off absolutely stunned. So near for a replay for Villa. And there's Ken McNaught going through the picture there. It was his handball. And so it's West Ham in the semi-finals. A final score then at an Upton Park that has been, well, a little subdued for quite a long time, but erupted now. A full-time score. West Ham 1, Aston Villa 0.
Well, there could hardly have been a more dramatic finish to a six-round tie than that. West Ham in the semi-finals for only the fourth time in their history, and it's the first time they've beaten Aston Villa in the FA Cup. And now, as we talk to the men who are right at the heart of that drama, you have to spare a thought for the Aston Villa manager, Ron Saunders. He must have felt that Villa had got at least a replay. But then, of course, came that penalty in the last minute.
Well, I've looked at it about a dozen times here, very slowly. They've been taking it backwards and forwards. And it looks an absolute freak that Ken is up there. And it looks certainly as if one of their attackers, as he jumps up, Ken is up slightly before him. As Ken starts to come down, his arm is more or less taken it, not just knocked it. I feel it on the shoulder.
Your centre half pushed my hand up onto the ball. So how a referee can give that, I don't know.
You believe that Alvin Martin pushed your hand up onto the ball?
I think you can actually see it as he comes in on the edge of your screen. I come in across him and I'm trying to get more height. Yeah. I think my arm came off his shoulder and forced it onto the wall.
What did you say to the ref at that point?
Well, I just asked him who handled it, and he told me not to get involved. But, I mean, if I've touched the ball, I think I'm involved.
Well, in fairness, I wouldn't like to say whether it was handball or not. I was on the line by then, and a big high ball went in the box, and the referee gave it automatically. In fairness, one or two of our lads felt it was a penalty, and I would just have to accept that. But unfortunately, I couldn't give you a definite opinion whether it was or not.
We got a picture of you making signs to somebody about going forward at that point, just before the kick was taken. Do you recall that?
Yes, all I was trying to do was to get one or two of the lads to go up to Ray and say, just be patient, do it in your time rather than be involved in the emotion of the game, because I think that's a very important thing, whether you're a player or a manager, that you don't get too involved in the emotion. You still remain what I call calm and calculated.
They started arguing, like it's typical, teams arguing, trying to put the player off. So I just went away and looked in the sky and things like that. And then I put the ball on the spot and then just knew I was putting it and just stuck it away. And half the team weren't looking, I think.
That's true. Yeah. About 5 of them were not looking.
They told me when in the dressing room that they weren't looking. Yeah.
So you looked up at the sky and you thought, well, now I've got to face maybe the most important moment in my career, I suppose.
If I scored it like I did, it was finished. And if I missed it, the game was finished.
Yes.
That's the way I looked at it anyway. Because I knew it was nearly time up.
I think we should take you through that moment again, don't you? Well, as you actually put the ball on the spot. So what about this now? Had you made up your mind at that moment
well,
exactly?
I knew where I was putting it. Jimmy Rimmer showed me, I think he showed me more with his left-hand side than he did with his right. And I knew where I was putting it anyway.
9 penalties, well, it's 8 you've already scored from.
Yeah. Oh, that'll do.
Yeah, there was a fair bit of jubilation immediately after that as well, wasn't there? Eh?
I thought, well, the time I got back, the whistle would go for full time. That's how near I thought it was to the end. But they nearly scored. Phil Parks made a great save at the death.
Yes. Who was it who gave away the free kick there?
I did. I gave it away.
It was semi-final.
Marvellous, Brian, yes, yes. Someone said to me in there, we'll take any of the 3 teams on a bad day, and I think that's fair comment.
Yeah, well done, West Ham. That last-minute penalty, though, had other repercussions, because it means that Andy Gray of Wolves sits out his 1-match suspension when Wolves meet Villa in the league this midweek, so he can play in next Saturday's League Cup final. In fact, Andy tells us he deliberately kept clear of all radio and television progress reports from Upton Park yesterday, heard the good news in the results sequence. All right, coming up next, more cup tie action as seen by 45,000 fans at Goodison Park yesterday as Everton faced Ipswich Town. There's a good look at your letters too this week, which I think you'll enjoy, and that comes up after this break.